How's it going, guys? So I've been promising to make a video on what I've been doing in the shop, and I figured today is the day to do it. You can see some cars behind me. Some of you can tell what they are just by looking at the wheels and the lower bumper on this car above me. Decided not to film a whole lot of actual working on stuff, but I'm going to show you what we got here. So up on the lift is a 2017 M4, and this car is a friend's car. It's not my car. This came in for crank hub, and the crank hub is on and done. We just put the timing on this morning. You can see the new version right there. This is the Vargas one. So that splines, when you crank it down, it bites into it. And you can see, shop's an absolute state right now. Absolute mess. Here's the factory one. And the Vargas crank hub uses the oil pump, same sprocket. Then it has splines in here. When you tighten it down, it cannot spin. These cars have problems with the crank hub spinning. But look at just got to put these bolts back in and we're done, right? About 100 bolts laying there. Mess on the floor, obviously. Just got the oil pan stuck on there. We got to put all the bolts in and torque it down. That's done. To do this job, you got to take the valve cover off. You've got to take all the timing stuff apart. You don't have to take the oil pan off. Some people do it through the front of the engine. But in our case, this thing's going single turbo also. So as soon as you torque the oil pan down, the next step is going to be take the factory turbos off. With the subframe out, it's real easy to do. There's the single turbo, is a Garrett 62 maybe? All the manifolds, all the stuff's here by the workbench. And he has a whole other box. This is a kit taking off another car. So every little piece should be here. Standalone ECU. This would be E85 car. And it's been quite the nightmare. That was, let's say it's not too bad. It's just a lot to take off. After looking at the other videos on YouTube, these videos don't get a lot of views. It would be a total nightmare to have to film all this. I don't have the S55 viewership, and I just think it's not worth making a video of. So, opportunity fell in my lap, like always, with this M6. This is a 2007 M6, right? I have opportunity to buy this, fix or buy, depends on what the numbers are. Can't put on the lift right now because obviously, got stuff on the lift, only got one lift. We have the airbox out. So this car was no crank, no start. And overall, it's not too bad. It has some fading on the carbon fiber, and the clear coat seems to be gone off of it. Look up and see what that's going to take to fix that. It got a little hail damage on it, but mainly only on the hood. There's a couple right here. The trunk's plastic, so there's nothing on there. That's carbon fiber, so it didn't hurt that. It's got some janky window tint on it that needs to be steamed off and all taken off. The interior is not that bad. And looks like I left the key on. The windshield is cracked. So I'll have to do that. But the interior is actually pretty decent. This had, a little dirty, obviously. This had the factory dash replacement done. So that's always good. The dash is all really good shape, as seen there. So that's really nice. I winched this bad boy on the trailer. The battery's dead when I got there. And as you can see, it's got factory exhaust on it. All stock. Had a winch on the trailer. I didn't have very much time when I was there to mess with it, with the scanner or anything. So it was starting to get dark. Let's winch it up on the trailer, get it back. It did leak some oil on the trailer. Not engine oil, though. It was like clear oil, almost like brake fluid. It was not CHF11S. Was not that. The only other fluid besides oil this thing should have in it would be diff fluid, which it wasn't diff fluid. It wasn't back there. It was in the front. Could be CHF11S out of here or out of SMG. But it was running out from the skid plate when I jacked it up in here. And after further inspection, that does not have CHF11S in it. That has like Chevy power steering fluid in it. So probably somewhere it's leaking in the under tray. It wasn't for say low when we checked it, but that needs to be attended to. I saw a little blue coming out of the bumper, but I think it's actually windshield washer fluid. I don't think it's coolant. Had no, well, basically what it would do, I'll show you here in a second. Whenever you plug up to the scanner, it didn't really have anything because you can't, it doesn't run. It did have SMG light on the dash, the red cog, and it'll go from neutral. Sometimes they'll go into first or reverse, or it says it does. But it won't start. You push the key and there's nothing. Doesn't click the starter, doesn't do anything. We checked the ECU for it being wet. That was not the case. Checked all the connections in the trunk for the power wire stuff, the grounds, as much stuff I get to up under the hood, the connection right there. Somebody did throttle actuators on in the shop, did it. We thought maybe they didn't hook something up underneath of it ground-wise, throwing wonky codes. But I don't think that's it either. What I'm going to try to do today, I'm trying to take the scanner and manually put it in neutral with the scanner, just in case with SMG code, something's not kosher. And even though it says it's in neutral, it may not actually be in neutral. That's the way it's acting. So today's video, we have a new kingbolen, and this is a less than $200 option. And I thought you guys actually like this. A lot of those scanners, maybe they're too expensive for you. Maybe they're not expensive enough. We don't know. This is the newest one that just came out. This is an S608, as you can see right there. All right. And this is out the door for less than $200 with shipping and everything, tax and everything. It was like $190 was the dealer run on it right now. And we're going to hook this up and we're going to see if we can mechanically or digitally put this thing into actual neutral and see if it's going to start. You guys are saying, why is the hood so dented? Well, it's aluminum. That's why it's so dented. You see barely the crack in the windshield. It's going to have to get replaced. Our kingbolen's right here. This is a full bi-directional scanner, by the way. So it's going to do a lot more than your just standard little scanner. Let this baby start up real quick. Diagnose. And maybe we'll go to manually. I think for what we're going to do with it, we need to go in manually. And then, yes, BMW. It's going to scan out. It should go pretty fast. What we're about to see. This car's 103,000 miles on it, by the way. The carbon fibre on the inside. Everything's good. It needs to be clean, but even the headliner is good to go. All Alcantara headliner, no problem. See me guys out just a smidge here. Let me see here. I think automatically scan. Let's just see what codes this thing actually has. Now we're back here. I don't. This is something. I'll have to go drive it though. You know, there's no record of rod bearings being done. I'd have to do that. It's something we could just sell to you guys on the channel. Is there interest in that still? I know there used to be a lot of interest in that. Something I could just do up really nice and all that stuff. This does not have ventilated seats, I noticed, which, I mean, that's kind of par for the course. We got heated seats at least. Yes, sir. Heated seats right down there. Let's see. Next. We do have the key on, by the way. So let's see what we got. How fast is the scanner? That means a lot, too, to you guys on buying something like this. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty quick. That's real quick, actually. So there's our SMG problems, clutch activation, position deviation, and then SMG signal steering angle. Probably got fogged up ring on the steering wheel sensor for that. I know this code probably is for the selector. What's that having? There we go. That code is probably for the selector switch for the SMG. That could be what's going on. Let me see here. And then I think go into this. And then continue. It should be under actuation. So right now, you hold it. There's your red SMG. Transmission malfunction. Hold on the brake. It won't start. And so at this point in time, you kind of have an issue if you didn't have a good enough scanner. But there should be down in here. Why is that not focusing? Actuation tests. And slick gears. And let's see if we can mechanically put this bad boy in there and engage neutral gear. Got to put her in nooch, boys. Got to put her in nooch. It's active. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Pretty rough cold start. Let's not let her run the shop because I want to die of fumes. Turn the key back on. So it is the SMG clutch sensor is what that is. I'm trying to find a picture and put it here. And the problem is, I know those suckers are real expensive and real hard to find. A lot of this S85 stuff and SMG3 stuff is discontinued. So you're down just using used stuff at the, on eBay or Amazon or wherever. We'll look into it though. So I guess the real question is, am I going to have to close the hood on this and try to put this sucker in gear? We'll deal with that later, not for this video. Hopefully you can just drive it out of the shop. Otherwise it's kind of stuck in here. But just dig around the scanner a little bit. It does a lot of stuff the K7 does. ABS bleeding, battery matching for the battery monitoring system, brake pad light reset, diesel DPF regeneration, throttle adaptions, gear learning. So can we learn the SMG? We're not going to try it right now. Injector coating, oil reset, steering angle sensor. We'll have to try that after we clean that sucker. And let me see. Let me go and just look around a little bit. I haven't got a chance to look in this thing much at all. So a lot of you are going to ask too on this kingbolen S608, will this do keys? It will not do keys. It's less than $200. Will it code? Yes and no. It'll code injectors. It'll code your battery monitoring system. It'll code basic things. It doesn't have the capabilities the $600 or $800 scanner has, of course, which is what you expect for less than $200. However, this is a perfect glove box scanner. If you're driving an M car or any BMW and you have absolutely nothing, you are rolling the dice, my friend. These babies are going to half power mode. Anything at all. If your SMG sensor fails, you could possibly put this thing at least in neutral. If not in drive, actuate it in first gear and at least be able to drive it up on a trailer, at least maybe be able to drive it home if you're close. Amongst many other things, any random codes, any of that stuff. So I'll put a link in the description to the kingbolen S608, a very nice little scanner. So your answer to, are you still working on cars, Nathan? Absolutely. Is my shop an absolute mess? Absolutely it is. Especially having this car apart. You know how it is working on stuff. The neighbors bringing stuff over. Your whole family brings stuff over. Everybody you ever met brings stuff over, wants you to work on it. And it's just the way it is. Trying to redo my bed frame I bought. I showed a couple videos ago, but it's a slow process. That's kind of like as I got time to stick that gold leafing on that bed is a very extravagant piece. As long as it's being done. Also doing stuff on other M5 stuff. People bring me cars all the time. People want me to bring Porsches to me all the time, ship them in. I don't have time for that much stuff, especially when you do these big jobs. It's always the big jobs that hang you up real hard. But that's a shop update. That's your bidirectional. That's your bidirectional scanner. That if you don't have anything, that's definitely something to get. You have enough control with that at least where you could do your battery stuff. If you have a newer BMW like this, you have to code injectors, you could do that. Just a little something to carry in your glove box that if you're out on the road trip with your car and something goes wrong, you have a little more insight of what to do. I think also runs live data and stuff. So you can see wheel speed sensor, all that stuff. Yeah, we'll see you back probably with another video. It's almost the weekend, probably tomorrow or the next day. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later.